So all the girlies are on PayPig TikTok now, and I'm living for it. I used to have a couple PayPigs back in my day, and that was probably one of the more financially stable times of my entire life. Because if you don't know what a PayPig is, they will literally send you money. They're men, older men, that will literally send you money just for the fuck of it, just because they get off on sending money to pretty girls. If you have pretty feet, a pretty face, literally they will pay your bills and expect nothing in return. Literally, they won't ask for any or anything like that. They will literally just take your Cash App, your Venmo, your PayPal, your Apple Pay, whatever you're comfortable with, and if you post it and they are a real PayPig, they will send you money just for you to humiliate them. Some of them don't even want you to speak to them. They will just take your Cash App and send you money because they get off on that. So this is my formal application to get back onto PayPig Talk because I missed you. I missed you so bad. And I just got a fresh pedicure done, so if you know, you know. Okay, Cash App will be right here and also in the caption. If you're a real PayPig, you know what's up. Don't fall for the scams though, because some people will try to tell you to send them a fee. Those are not real PayPigs. If they're real, they will send you money, no strings attached. So, ooh, I'm so happy for you bitches. I love you so.
All right. So I guess there's no shortage of new information that we're provided for, and I appreciate you guys for continuing to send me content. So you can keep me informed on what's going on in the streets. I travel a lot. I go city to city, state to state. Most of the time, you see me in a different hotel room or a different state or something like that. But I've never heard of this, and I've heard of guys that have fetishes, dudes that are sick, dudes that are simps, dudes that are sugar daddies. I've heard of a lot of things, and I don't agree with any of them because I don't agree with sending women money that you don't know to do things that you don't even understand and all of this stuff. I think it's demonic. I think it's stupid, and I think it's guys that got too much time on their hands, and it reminds me too much of pedos. You know what I'm saying? Just getting off to random stuff and women just selling themselves for nothing, for just pennies on the dollar. And now you got pay pigs. So basically, guys that are paying to get humiliated financially to women that they don't know for nothing. Did I miss something? Am I off here? Like, I thought that women were educated and taking care of business and the most financially sound and buying homes. And now y'all begging for money on the internet and putting y'all cash apps up? Is that what we doing in 2025? All right, okay. So apparently, again, guys are willing to. it's, it's so funny to me because you can't get a dime out of me. I'm willing to be. I'm a very, very generous person, incredibly generous person to the people that I work with. I don't even say people that work for me because I believe the value that they add can't really be measured. And so I try to be incredibly generous with bonuses and all of that stuff. And anybody that has ever worked for me, however you want to frame it, they can all tell you that um, I take care of my people 100%. Ain't nobody starving. Ain't nobody gonna try to figure it out. They ain't begging for bread. You ain't never gonna see nobody come out and say, "Oh man, I can't believe it." Nope, we don't have those problems over here. So we run up a bag. That's number one. But it's for the people that add value into my life because it's the least that I can do. When I'm doing well, we all do well because none of these people have ever asked me for money, but we all just bust down a bag together because I'm trying to figure out how I can add value into their life. And that's true love. It's not about the money, but it's more or less about what it represents. And it's like, yo, if I eat, we eat. But good God, what is wrong with y'all? I mean, it's almost like we figuring out new ways to hit new lows and how to fall all the way into our degeneracy, and we ain't got nothing else better to do. And it's so weird for me because I thought that the women were doing incredibly well. I thought the women were so educated, but now I see that all of you guys, I just looked at a stat today that showed that women were primarily the ones that lost all the jobs while the economy gained jobs. So women were actually falling off way more. I see y'all struggling talking about y'all student loans, and now y'all up here begging on social media and putting up your Cash App, your Venmo, and all of this stuff just because you ain't even doing nothing for it. Look, these women at this point, in my opinion, are worse than prostitutes. 100%. Because they're not even providing a service. And I'm not an advocate for people selling their bodies, but they're not even providing a service. They just talking. They just winging it. They just dressing skimpy. They just dyeing their hair. And, you know, they, when I became a content creator, one of the things that I've always been mindful of, even to this day, I mean, it's on automatic mode as far as how I see myself and how I communicate. When I speak, I look at it as kind of like a time capsule because you'll never be able to take it back. It'll live forever pretty much on the internet, right? And so I joke, I play, but then when I'm serious or when I'm talking about something that is serious, it's meaningful to me. And so I think about how that would impact at a later date, maybe my daughter or somebody in a later generation of my lineage that would want to understand who is it that was your father? Who is it that was your grandfather? Who is this guy that, you know, passed down all of these things, or maybe he made such an impact that it changed the trajectory of our family? What did he represent and what did he do? And so I think about that. And I know that people are so desperate for likes and PayPals and Cash Apps, and I've always been taught, even by the scriptures, that seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything will be added unto you. So I just believe that as you do great things, or as you nurture your talent, that you'll just be great at whatever it is that you do, and that'll translate into finances and resources, and I'll be taken care of. And God got me because, you know, I add value into society, and I do what I do, and I work very hard, and I'm very steadfast and remaining focused on becoming a better version of myself every single day. But when I see how women have basically devolved into some of the worst human beings on the face of this earth, and I know that some of y'all are going to get offended, but that just means that it's probably applicable to you because only hit dogs holler. Only people that are impacted by what I'm saying are the ones that are going to be complaining about this. Women that are in a great space that don't find themselves at a negative space or is not in a position where they got to beg. This woman talking about I used to have a PayPig, but now I'm coming back to it. Please get me back on the PayPig saddle. That is embarrassing. It has to be. It has to be absolutely embarrassing, you know, for your future children. Some of these women got children. And you know what the worst part about this whole situation is? If you go down and you look at the comments, flooded with women that's just putting up their Cash App. And you know what the worst part about it is? There's some simps, some older guys that go to work every day, that trade in their time and their money, and then they sit there looking for accolades or looking for recognition from women that they'll never ever see in their life, that they'll never ever touch their box in their life, and they sending them Cash Apps to get their nails done or to get their hair done. Y'all are the worst. Y'all messed up the game so bad, and nobody cares anymore. Nobody got any morals. Nobody cares about marriage. Nobody cares about their reputation. Nobody cares about what they future self are going to be subjected to as far as having to be accountable for whatever it is that they do. And this is why I tell people all the time, whether or not you hiring them from a job or whether or not you trying to figure out if they'll be good for your platform because you're trying to bring them in to be content creators, go and check out their social media. Go and check out their content. Go and check out all of that stuff because that's going to give you a better picture of what you're dealing with. Desperate, hungry, will do anything for money, will sell themselves short, and is begging for pay pigs. A pay pig? It's crazy. Let me know what y'all think inside of the chat, gang. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I want to know what y'all think.